Man, what the hell? What the hell's going on out there? You know? What the hell? Can't things just be normal? Can't things be regular? Can't folks just have common sense? What the hell's what the hell? Oh man, I got no notes and a lot of feelings for today's stream. Somebody keep an eye on the kill switch. Anyway, how you guys doing? How's everybody doing? How's life? What's going on? And also, thank you to everybody that showed up last night for a little Warhammer Space Marine 2 stream. Ooh, wasn't that nice? Oh, we all love that shit. Throw a 1 into the chat if you were here last night for that. Throw a 1 into the chat if you showed up and played some or watched me play some Space Marine and chilled last night. Oh, you're all lying! You're all lying! None of you showed up. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of you did. I appreciate it. So thank you. So what's up? Guys, look, here's the deal. I have no plan for this stream. I have no... I was sitting last night after the stream. Okay? And I was thinking to myself, what am I going to talk about on stream? Here's the thing. It's been a little bit of a slow news week. But when I say that, that's not even actually totally accurate. Because it's not necessarily been a slow news week. It's been a week full of the kind of news that makes me cringe and makes me not want to make YouTube videos or stream. It's been so goddamn strange and so weird. And it feels like everywhere I turn... to try to find, something to talk about or something to cover, it's just a whole bunch of bullcrap. So I figured today we could just rant about some of the bullcrap that's going on, So it's like I often try to navigate this crazy world that we live in. Let's start out this way. We live in a society. Did you guys know that? Kyber Sith, thanks for the gifted brother. We live in a society, okay? And also, I'm starting to sweat again? What the fuck is happening? Why would I start to sweat right before the goddamn stream? Oh my god. All right, we're canceling the stream. We're canceling the stream. I'll see you guys on Monday. Okay. Fix your AC. Dude, the AC's good. It's chilling. The AC's chilling. And I got central air in the house. Don't be nervous. I don't think I'm nervous. No, I'm not. I probably should be more nervous than I am. Josh, can you go to Discord? The internet is undefeated. Oh, jeez. Kyber said, thanks for another gift, man. Appreciate you. Do I even want to look at this Discord right now? This is probably the last thing I want to look at right now. You're going through the change? Are you going through the change? What's the change? What does that mean? Oh, jeez. Here we go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hey, you know what? I like that. Yeah, you guys are wild in there. You guys are absolutely wild in the Discord. So, look. Am I taking testosterone? No, not currently. So, look, man, I try to live my life in a way where, you know, I acknowledge and I understand all of these conflicts and people being very emotionally invested in different things. And for the most part, I actually avoid it. And I avoid it. I'm pretty good at avoiding it, actually. because I just don't care that much, and I'm usually able to see things for what I think they are, and that is to kind of cause you to be conflicted, or you know, to take your eye off the ball or be less focused or whatever, right? So that's normally how I operate, and I'll find a way to kind of like, oh, this thing's, you know, full of bullshit and drama. Okay, well, let's pivot into this thing. Let's pivot into this thing, that, second, and third. But man, lately, and I think, you know, we've talked about this on Diamond Lounges a little bit. Lately, it kind of feels like everything's just being dialed up. I don't know if you have this feeling or not, chat, but to me, it kind of feels like the regularly scheduled craziness of everybody is just being dialed up. And I mean, like, I was just writing stuff down, and I'm just like, I kind of can't believe that we have arrived here at this place. It's pretty ridiculous. It's only gonna get worse. Well, I think things get worse before they get better. And actually, part of this to me is I feel like things actually will get better. And I feel like there's a lot of good stuff coming for, you know, humanity and all of us. But I think part of the problem is sometimes right before things clear up. Like, have you ever heard that expression, the night is darkest just before the dawn? I think Batman said it or some shit. But, you know, it is kind of true. Like, things do get really fucking crazy before they get better. Yeah. So here's to hoping that the dawn is coming, because, oh my God. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to rant about a couple of things. There are some stories. There are some news bits that are out there. Maybe we can watch a video later too. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I want to do. Just say it. Well, look, there's literally so much. Like, what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the Bo DeMayo thing? Like, I was sitting there thinking about this, and honestly, the Bo DeMayo thing got completely eclipsed by the Star Wars drama and the cancellation, and then, you know, crazy Russian asset money or whatever the fuck's going on. So like, it's kind of like old news. But I was sitting there thinking about this, you know, and like, I'm not trying to be fucking rude to anybody in this situation, but like, we dead ass went from this dude got fired right before the premiere of the show, and we were like, all of us, like, there was a big collective like, ooh, like, that doesn't look good. Like, you know, like, getting fired right before your show comes out, that's pretty rough. Then the show comes out and it's so damn good that we had people actually coming out there and saying, like, bring Bo back, like, Bo's awesome, like, let's go. And I think I was one of those people. I don't really remember, chat. Like, you let me know. And then to go from like that situation to like, the dude is dead ass putting the T on his OnlyFans. Like, I gotta be honest with you, I feel like that one needs a pause and a big old fucking drag and just a couple minutes of reflection. Like, we literally went from an ambiguous, okay, something happened, this guy's not involved anymore, wow, like, that's crazy, to he is dead ass putting his shit on OnlyFans. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder if this is like because he knows somebody at Disney is going to have to watch this video, and he likes the idea of them putting it, of them having to watch it on OnlyFans. Yeah, but like, that's the thing. Like, Bianca says he's a weirdo. So it's like, that shit's not normal, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That shit is not fucking normal. Like, if this dude's getting legal advice, he is making Jonathan Major's legal team look fucking phenomenal. Like, this is crazy. Because I see, in no way do I see that. I'm just confused, man. I'm just confused. And it was like, it was one of those things where it happened and I saw people talking about it. And I'm just like, bro, like, do we have to do this? Like, do we have to do this? And that was like fucking Monday or some shit, wasn't it? Like, that was like either Monday or Tuesday. The whole thing's a blur, but I'm pretty sure that was either Monday or Tuesday. You've got an article, like, think about this. You've got an article in the Hollywood Trades talking about a creator's video on their OnlyFans. I don't know, man. It's just like, why? Why are we gonna do this? Oh, and doc streaming, of course. That's another one, dude. That's another one. Like, I'm telling you, it feels like we're in a simulation. Like, we've got to be in a simulation. And maybe I'm actually getting it wrong. Maybe some of these people are getting it right. Because they're like, nah, fuck it. We're in this simulation. You got to just go as crazy as possible. Be as asinine as possible. Abandon all logic and hope. And just become... Yeah. So that shit's weird. Braden Thomas says, Bo's behavior is some real fatherless activity type shit. LMAO. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would fucking say that, and frankly, I wouldn't say that, but I would just say it's weird. You know? Like, dude, that shit's weird. Is nobody around this guy telling him, like, bro, like, that's not a good look? Like, that's just not gonna be a good look, bro. Anyway, so that shit happened, and then the stuff with the Star Wars community. And, you know, last night we were supposed to watch the sequel trilogy. I thought it would be fun. You know, I haven't watched the sequels in years. I like the first one. At least I think I do. Last time I watched them, I liked them. So I thought it would be kind of funny, right? Like, you know, we had just watched Ahsoka. It's so weird. You're very sweaty again today. I know. What the fuck, dude? Why am I so sweaty in here? Is it just that hot? Like, do I need to go turn? I'm going to go out. Oh, my. All right, let me go check out what's going on. I hope the air conditioner's actually on out there. I'll be right back. You know what? You know what? I think I figured it out. And you guys have to help me out here. So, here's a question. Here's a question. If I put lotion on after the shower, does that, like, make you sweat? Because, like, the lotion is like making you sweat or something? Is that what it is? Because lately, like, I've been getting out of the shower and I get oiled up. Like, I take, like, all the lotion and just oil it up. Is that why I'm so sweaty? Because then, like, I'll get on stream and start sweating. It doesn't make any sense. You need to wait a little bit. It traps in the body heat. Not letting your skin breathe. Is that what it is? Am I suffocating my skin? And then my skin is, like, sweating through the lotion to try to save me? Okay, well, at least we figured it out. Using up some of that sweet smelling baby oil. Hey, what's up, Star Wars Santa? How you doing? Who lotions? Well, I never used to, and then I started getting old. So. Yeah. You should shower after streams? Yeah, I probably should. You missed 3 days in a row? Wait, what? What do you mean? I didn't miss nothing. Who showers? A lot of people. Okay, let's talk about Star Wars, guys. Let's talk about Star Wars a little bit. I want to talk about this stupid fucking demonetization campaign and everything that's going on with that, okay? So I asked Chad about this yesterday because it's hard for me to like decipher exactly what was going on Twitter yesterday because I just tried to avoid it at all costs. But so it was that one account, right? Like Riley something or other. You guys got to help me out with this. That was the account that started the campaign, yes? Now, other creators got roped into this. Did Star Wars Explained and Molly like try to retweet this? Like, were they actually a part of it, or did they just get like unfairly accused of being a part of it? Because I saw that like people were, they posted and endorsed it. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that, I need, no! No! Molly's at the front lines? Bro, come on, man. Are you fucking serious? They posted it too? Okay. Molly made it? Man. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told this in real time. I don't know how exactly to react. You gotta be kidding me. Like, I completely understand. Like, here's the thing. Shut the stream down? Yeah. You're so lost? Okay, should I pull up the letter? Should we actually do this? Oh my fucking god. Where's the letter? Oh my god, bro. This is crazy to me. Okay, here it is. Oh no. Oh man. Okay, let's go through this. Okay. Oh yeah, I had a cool new little setup thing here. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So this was shared by Star Wars Newsnet. This was a couple of days ago now. And I think it was very late that night when it was put out there. Okay. Okay, here's the letter. Dear Team YouTube. Last week, actor Amanda Sternberg posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of bigotry and vitriol that she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte, the latest edition of the Star Wars universe. Sternberg's experience is not new. In fact, this known tactic was initially provoked by former Breitbart news editor fucking Milo. What is this? Okay. Who aggressively targeted Ghostbuster actor Leslie Jones under the guise of film criticism. Oh my god, bro. Like, I fucking can't, dude. I fucking can't. Like, we're really doing this? Are we really doing this? Like, the first paragraph, and we're dropping Milo, and we're talking about Leslie Jones getting cooked on Twitter. Bro. Okay. Like, this is one of those things. You know why this is super uncomfortable for me? Because it kind of like, it goes away from, like, you know, being funny and cheeky and trying to be, you know, entertaining to, like, are people okay? Is there something in the water? Are they actually beaming shit into brains? What is happening here? This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy to me. Okay, so anyway, this is the actual goddamn thing, which literally I had not looked at until I... Can you imagine putting these goofy-ass little fucking illustrations on here? Like, you're not okay, you know? Like, you're literally putting on fucking goofy-ass little illustrations. This is a memorandum, and you're literally trying to make a campaign to get Team YouTube to demonetize other YouTube channels. Like, holy shit, dude. That's fucking crazy town to me. Okay, let's try to just scan. Let's try to scan. Fans of the Star Wars franchise, we tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalized actors and members of our community. Enough is enough! The Star... You know what would make this better? I just imagine this letter being read by Tommy Boy. You know? Like, to me, this feels like something that Tommy Boy would read as trying to sell those fucking tires. And he's bombing. Bombing. Horribly. Okay, the Star Wars fandom demands, oh my god, demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color, demonetizing channels, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kennel, RK Outpost, and Nerd Erotic. Okay. The facts, and then they talk about Geeks and Gamers. I think basically what they're saying. Oh wait, here we go. The hate campaign against Amanda has been so profitable that other major YouTubers have joined the attacks on Amanda, including Star Wars Theory, 3.3 million subscribers. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns if the behavior is permitted to continue with no repercussions? Let me tell you something, okay? And I'm not trying to be a dick. This is just the actual facts. Do you know who's making the most money off of the Amandla hate? The Alphabet Corporation. You fucking idiots. Like, you're so dumb that you're literally saying the quiet part out loud as you beg the fucking corporation that's making oodles of money. And, by the way, probably laugh their ass off at the fact that they're going to make even more money now because of the drama surrounding your stupidity. Like, hate campaign against Amanda has been so profitable that an Alphabet Corporation has netted bajillions of dollars. It's also so fucking disingenuous to even talk about good faith when making a statement like this. It's just, this is so crazy. Okay, let's try to scan through the rest. Action required. The Star Wars fandom refuses to watch another marginalized blah blah blah. Buzzword, istphobe. We understand YouTube has an important role to play in promoting free speech. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Okay, man, I just gotta tell you, if genuinely, if you're a person There are two ways to build the biggest tower in town. First way is to roll up your sleeves, get some bricks and mortar, and build the biggest tower in town. The other way is to build a bullshit tower and then bust down and destroy all of the other towers in town. I kind of can't believe that the actual Star Wars fandom, like, this is one of those things, it's like, it's just uncomfortable to talk about. Because Molly appears to be exactly who a lot of people thought she was, at least as far as the criticisms of her. I think it is so goddamn ridiculous to use your platform to literally try to demonetize other creators. Like, imagine instead of trying to build something and focus your energy on that and try to be the thing that's lacking in the community, you literally try to use your platform and position within the fandom to try to get a corporation to demonetize these creators that are, I mean, are they grifting? Like, absolutely. Like, I 100% believe that shit's a grift. I mean, hey, like, grift on. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not comfortable with it. I don't like doing it. You know? I'd much rather, if it's going to be bullshit, I'll try to, you know, stay away from it as much as possible. You know, sometimes there's a little schadenfreude that even I like to do, where I like to, you know, complain and laugh and joke and talk shit on these shows. Star Wars is an easy target, dude. Disney Star Wars is a goddamn joke. And, dude, these companies, these people, dude, what do you want them to do? How are they grifting if Star Wars is genuinely bad? Well, see, like, that's the other reason that I don't love talking about this, because, like, for some of you guys, it's not good enough for me to say, I think Molly's being ridiculous. I even mentioned the thing that I personally believe, which that it is grifting. And that's still, like, that's not good enough. There's a purity test, and there's this, like, really broken thing that happens to people. It's this tribalism is so crazy. So thank you for reminding me that it is actually on both sides. That's actually important. But yeah, like, dude, live and let live. Like, I think it's absolutely grifting. And I think that, I mean, I don't even know if these channels do a net negative for, like, the world, the brand, or the franchise. You know what I was thinking about when I was thinking about this story, right? And I was thinking about Marvel. Mr. JB, appreciate you, man. Thanks for 5 gifted. I was thinking about Marvel. So, I don't follow these channels very closely, right? But I would imagine these channels had a different kind of reaction to Deadpool and Wolverine than they did to the Marvels. Is that fair to say? I mean, you guys probably watch a lot more of them than I do. Yeah, Jeremy literally admits that he's grifting. Like, dude, that's the other thing is, like, I think a lot of those guys just get it for what it is. And the other thing that's, like, really irritating about this situation and how stupid it is, like, this is going to make these people so much money. Man, you're such a... I'm sorry, but that is the most loser shit ever, man. Like, I'm really not trying to be mean, but, like, that's probably about the biggest loser you could be. Is to hate so badly that somebody's making money that you become the thing that's going to make them even more money. Like, I'm sorry, but that's like, you are the biggest fucking loser that you could possibly be. And I mean that, like, objectively. Like, you're so fucking mad that you're going to make them thousands and thousands of more dollars. And I suppose, like, they might have thought it was going to work. But like, what does that even look like to you? Like, what would have the success? So you think, like, in a perfect scenario, let's steel man their argument, okay? They think that these channels and the grifting off of Star Wars, or farming, you know, if that's a little less getting your butt hurt, you know, let's call it farming. So the farming of Star Wars, and I think they're kind of claiming here that it's like harassment or it's like really bad for these actors. So they think that if they had this campaign, and let's say YouTube was like, you know what, you're right. Technically speaking, this does break TOS, so we're going to demonetize these channels. What do they think happens next? You know what I mean? Like, what's the next step? What happens next? You think everybody's just going to be like, oh, we lost this one. Good GG's. Good game, Star Wars, Disney Star Wars fans. Man, you gotta like... Yeah, I don't know, man. It bottles the mind, you know? It bottles the mind. What kind of person would do this? What kind of thought process would lead you to thinking this was good? And then, like, who are the fucking people around you that are like, that sounds great? You know what I mean? Like, is there nobody that's like, I think this might not go well. I think this could end up being really, really fucking bad. Like, oh man. Oh man. It's so cringy. It's so irritating. You know what? I gotta be honest with you. It feels a lot like a mandala. And here you go. Here you go, Molly. Because now I have to make this fucking point. Congratulations. This is the same level of awareness of social cues that Amanda used when she made her weird bullshit video, which a bunch of the people in the corpo suits that were at the studio, you realize that the Hollywood Trades reported that video put off executives, made them less likely to renew the show. Like, what's in the water over there? Like, are you guys okay? Because, like, there should have been people around Amanda that had, like, normal human social cues that would have been like, this is going to go poorly. This is going to make you look real bad. Like, real bad. And this shit is that same energy. It's that same energy with that video. Star Wars is for everybody. It's like, what is going on? Motherfuckers can't help themselves. They're so eager to show you how brain dead they are. What's up with that? Like, and I mean, like, dude, bro. I try to be like a really loving person. You know what I mean? It might surprise you because I know I can be a little sharp with it. But I try to be loving, man. I think you guys know I'm friends with people on both sides, man. You know what I mean? Like, I like and respect Star Wars Meg a lot. I just talked to Jay the other day. I love that guy. Obviously, did a lot of work with Mr. Star Wars Theory. I've done live streams with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I used to talk to Ryan a lot more. Like, dude, like, I don't agree with these people, but they're people. Like, this feels like the fandom kind of showing the really ugly side of themselves. Can we not handle a show getting canceled? Anyway, going back to the Marvel question, and, you know, look, we're going to get into watching some videos, and it's just one stream. It's just one stream where I'm fucking complaining about everything, okay? We need unity. You're damn right we do. Like, this is, just give me one stream, chat, okay? Is this why you left Nerd Theory? No. Although I will say Star Wars itself is an exhausting thing to cover, and that definitely factored into it. But it wasn't like the reason, you know. So just give me one little stream here where we just shit all over these people. So man, you guys remember Monday? And you know, I had the whiteboard out. I had spent hours on Sunday actually really thinking, you know, how would I save Star Wars? What are the problems? How would this work? Etc. Etc. Well, we got to add the list, and we might have to erase the whole whiteboard, man, because like this is something that Star Wars kind of allowed this shit to happen, bro. They allowed this shit to happen. And I mean on both sides. Like, they basically allowed Geeks and Gamers to, like, build off of their fuck-ups and, you know, do what they do. But also, they allowed, like, that side of the fandom, like, the Mollies and, you know, those people. Which, like, by the way, I hope that you guys are being accurate when you tell me that she was at the forefront of this. I haven't technically seen any of that evidence, so I'm going to feel really bad if she actually wasn't involved. I tend to believe my chat 60% of the time. So, you know, maybe she's not really involved. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, Lucasfilm also allowed that side of the fandom to sort of galvanize its modus operandi. It's a big fucking problem, dude. This is crazy town. And I really wish Star Wars, I mean, way too late. But, you know, when things like this were bubbling up, even around the time of the sequels, when the sequels were coming out, Star Wars should have just been a little bit more active in putting out some kind of messages to try to put the fire out. Look, man, I know things are really divided, but there are a lot of people like me that are generally in the middle on a lot of these things. You know, like, I gave Acolyte a fair shake. I liked the first 2 episodes. Even the lesbian witch stuff, like, yeah, it's whack, but if it would have been executed cool and it would have been away from Anakin and it would have felt like Star Wars, I probably would have been chilled it. There are a lot of people like me that are trying to be chill about this. And the more that, like, shit like this happens, bro, I do not want anything to do with this fandom. Like, bro, no. Why would I even engage with shit like this? And then again, as a company, how is Lucasfilm not chiming in on any of this sort of stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, make the most mundane, bland Star Wars is for everybody. You know, we understand passions are high on the fan base. Not every project can, you know, blah, 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 blah. Fucking say something, man. Oh. Wow. I guess I really just didn't know how cringy and terrible this was until I actually read the article. It was enough for me just seeing how people were talking about it and the reactions online to get me to be like, bro, I ain't watching Star Wars tonight. I'm fucking done with that shit. And then, you know, I did just kind of pivot in play Space Marine 2, which was awesome. And I'll tell you guys right now, you know, if you want to pivot this stream, if we get a single like on this stream, just one like, I'll pivot and we could just play Space Marine 2 for the rest of the day. That would be kind of lit. So let me know. I'll check on the likes in just a second. But yeah, like, I'm kind of being serious. Like, we're joking. I'm trying to be cheeky, but like, it was so fucking depressing. And by the way, not going to name names, but I talked to a lot of people about this. A lot of my YouTuber friends, bro. Like, if you're a person out there that thinks that the majority of people feel like this letter should have been is great and YouTube should have listened, I just wish you knew how much of a minority you are out there. There's a lot of people that aren't going to say anything because they don't want to hurt your feelings or be perceived to be a bad person, but they all think you're dumb as shit. Like, maybe not all of them, but let's say 90%. 90%. You are dumb as shit. And that's the people in the middle that are actively trying not to participate. A bunch of other people are going to say you're dumb as shit in a video and make a lot of money off of it, which is something you don't like. Yeah, it reeks of people that have been coddled their whole life. Life's too short. Oh, 100%. I mean, like, it's just a very basic energy thing at the end of the day. And sometimes you can intuit these things, you know? But it's just very basic. The irony is Star Wars is supposed to be a lesson on these kind of things. Like, what did Rose Tico say? And Rose Tico's super cringe or whatever. But what did she say? Not fighting what we hate, but saving what we love, or some shit like that. They all claim to love those movies, but they don't let any of the moral shit like sink into them. She said, "Wash your stinky butthole." Well, you should do that too. I mean, it's good for you and people around you and whatnot. Do they not realize this is the path to the dark side? This is the path to the dark side. I don't know, man. Any freaking ways. Okay, I'll catch up on some chats here. Any last minute questions, comments about this? Then we could talk about a bunch of other really solid, awesome things going on in the world, like Dr. Disrespect, Russia, George R.R. Martin, WB attacking YouTubers. Joker 2 is exactly the movie that I thought it was. Yeah, we got some fantastic topics to go over today here. Should we put gambling on too? I know we haven't done that yet because I'm just been yapping. I've just been yapping over here. God, I just can't believe it, man. That's just fucking crazy to me. And I do wish there were just more regular ass folks that would like just come out and be like, guys, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, grow up. Just grow up. Holy shit. You little twats. They made the fucking show for y'all anyway. None of y'all showed up. You're the worst fucking group of fans on the internet. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. Let's catch up on some chats here. Hey, Kyber, appreciate you, brother. Let's see here. David says, Josh, if you want a good, clean take on what's going on in the world, look up Dave Smith. Trust me on this. Oh, yeah, I've watched Dave Smith. Dave Smith, very level-headed guy. By the way, Dave Smith, a person that absolutely gets the fact that, like, the culture war is the psyop, and it's all just there to distract us, get us to argue about all this pointless shit, while special interest groups and billionaires just continue to, like, erode the middle class. Like, dude, 100%. I'm with Dave Smith on a lot of stuff. Brandon says, and by the way, a lot of the right-wing people don't really like Dave Smith because he will bring that sort of truthful aspect of the whole thing. And, some people want to get paid $100K a video from Russia and shit. You know what I mean? Chillin says, DeMayo lawyer Brian Friedman. He huge. Look him up. Oh, really? Okay. So maybe they got a great plan on the OnlyFans there. That's probably a good move. Rossi says, I think Bunsauce wrote this letter. You know what's funny? You joke, but it literally feels like it is written by a person on the right trying to meme how absurd people on the left would be. It does kind of feel like that, doesn't it? I don't know what that means, but I think we're fucked. Brian Namek says, just joined the stream. What have I missed since you went live? Not too much, bro. Not too much. We're just yapping about. Mr. JB, thanks again for the gifted, brother. Mercat Teeth says, I feel like the Star Wars fandom has become so unhinged and so toxic. Disney Star Wars isn't near as bad as people say, honestly. Yeah, I guess it is a little unhinged and toxic. Lonzo says totalitarian buttholes. I know, right? Holy shit. The Star Wars obsession, bro. I almost wore the shirt you got me. Says I get called name all the time by most people who follow G&G and RK and others. I am a shill, etc. But I don't want those channels shut down. How have the shills become grifters? It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it just shows like that kind of energy, man. Like, are you living selflessly or selfishly? You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. It bugs me a lot. I would love to show grace and forgiveness and try to just understand that, like, yeah, people feel differently about this stuff. But I do think there's this thing that happens where people just become super bad faith because the outcome is more important than the justification. So, like, a lot of the people, even after YouTube, which another thing that was so funny, YouTube came out and said, like, yeah, we looked into this. This doesn't break TOS. You might not like this content, but it doesn't break TOS. Like, one of the things that was really funny about that was watching all the people kind of come out and be like, yeah, so even if it doesn't technically break TOS, they should be gone. And it's like, yeah, no, dude, that's really what it is. You don't give a fuck about TOS. You want to hurt these channels that you perceive to be doing bad. And if your goal is met, it doesn't matter if it's immoral. The fact that your goal is obtained justifies a lack of morality in the way you look at these things and the action that you take. But without a moral compass, then you're just a tyrant. You know what I mean? Like, you have no moral leg to stand on. You know, I think y'all remember John Adams in the Boston Massacre? And I'm joking a little bit, but also, like, God damn it. I feel like America has forgotten a few things about our history. Yeah, like it was yesterday, for sure. So, John Adams, Boston Massacre. He defends the British soldiers. And, dude, there were people then, there are probably people even now, like fucking Molly, that would look at that and be like, that's fucked up. They killed people and said bad things about Acolyte. You know what I mean? Let's throw him in jail. And John Adams defends the British soldiers. And the reason he does that is because it is important. Justice matters. The accused deserves a defense. And I think a lot of the people nowadays, like in America, would reject that idea. They wouldn't understand. They would try to cancel John Adams. Literally. They try to cancel this motherfucker. We've lost sight of pieces of the moral fiber that we built this nation on. You know? Like, it's crazy. Okay, anyway. Vanessa says, the more energy you give negativity, the more it grows. Not only is she wrong in attacking the other channels, but she shot herself in the foot. Yeah. No, totally agree. Tim O'Brien says, Unity! Oh, hell yeah, brother. And Chris says, what the world needs now is socks. Sweet socks. Indeed, sir. Oh, did I not put the gambling on? Oh, yeah, no, I did. I also dropped like 10,000 nerd coin for y'all. So there you go. Let's see here. Kyle says, blaming Star Wars fans for where we've arrived is like blaming a 3-year-old for touching the stove. It's not the kid's fault. It's the parents. Yeah, I tend to agree with that, actually. Yeah, I tend to agree with it. Shane Gillis hosted SNL. This cancel letter bullshit isn't going to work anymore. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a fair point. Yeah, I think that is a fair point. There's a lot of examples of people that have kind of overcome it. And I do think a lot of the world is kind of waking up to see it for what it is, which is good. But occasionally stuff like this just happens and you're like, holy shit, bro. Like, how lost are we? And like, I just genuinely want to say, like, you know, with the platform or whatever, right? With like my little soapbox here. I just want to say that, like, it's not I'm not saying this out of malice, but if you're a person that supported this letter and you really think that's true, like, I just think you either lack moral fiber or intelligence. Like, you either don't see it or you see it and you don't care. And I think you deserve some shame for that. That's natural. It's actually natural that you would feel shame for that. You should. It's a shameful way to think and to act within the world. It's like you're becoming the thing that you wanted to fight. It's very Darth Vader. You know? So again, without malice, I would just like to say, like, seek help. What was that viral Connor video? Where he's like, you're sick, you need to go to a doctor. I guess what I say. Locationary says, I said it last time, Star Wars has become exhausting. Time to move on to another franchise. I'll get into Warhammer if I can just feel the hype again. So, let me check how many likes we got. Oh my God, we've got more than one like on the video, so we can pivot to Space Marine 2. Yo, throw a chat into the one if you want to watch me play Space Marine 2 for the rest of the afternoon. Nevin, welcome to the Nerdvengers. Appreciate you, man. Philip Hatch says, I think it's kind of nuts that YouTube actually said thanks, but no thanks. YouTube is also making a ton of money off the grifters. 100%. Like, guys, you got to understand something. Those videos would not be getting those views if it were not for the help of YouTube. It's an algorithm thing. You think YouTube gives a shit? No. YouTube wants views, watch time, session starts, session extensions. They do not give a shit, brother. They care insofar as how they monitor the content keeps the government off of their butthole. That's all they care about. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? Bitten Bone says, do you like Thurians / Furies? Are you talking about from the Vin Diesel, John? Pitch Black? And Riddick and shit? Oh, hell yeah, bro. I love those movies. I heard they're making another one. With the Diesel? Let's go. Janes01 says, thank you for popping my Warhammer cherry. Truly blessed and honored. No problem. Should we continue? Should we continue some of the Warhammer shit? Should it be a Warhammer stream now? It's a Warhammer stream now. Okay, what else is going on? Should we talk about Joker 2? Oh, you know what? We could talk about let's talk about Blade and Armor Wars. Oh. The hell's this? Okay, so this looks a little bit weird to me, to be honest with you.
What's Armor Wars?
Now, apparently, there's more context to this.
Anything you can tell us about Armor Wars, the next Marvel?
What's Armor Wars?
Oh, come on.
Listen, it's the line, you know, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you, and I just met you guys. I don't want to do that.
Right.
Anything you can tell us about Armor Wars, the next Marvel?
What's Armor Wars?
Oh, come on.
Listen.
Now look, he could just be being cheeky here, getting his werewolf on, little Andrew Garfield energy here, right? And he's like, you know, the lines and everything like that. However, it is kind of odd because we did just get a report from Daniel RPK saying that Marvel is going to be considering the future of Blade and Armor Wars within the next couple of months. So, technically speaking, there is a possibility here that they were like, fuck Armor Wars. I don't know. What do you guys think? Armor Hammer Avengers? Yeah, totally. He probably doesn't know what's officially announced or not. He's old. He's just playing it safe. Maybe. Do you remember back when they were doing press for Infinity War and Endgame that he was teamed up with Ruffalo a lot, and Ruffalo was like constantly getting into trouble, and Cheadle was pretty good at like trying to just keep it chill, keep it moving. So I don't know. I don't know how, you know, old and out of touch Cheadle actually is. I kind of feel like he might know what's going on, but also, God damn it, that show, bro. You know the one, Secret Invasion, man. You know, there was a targeted hate campaign against Secret Invasion. You know, I think we need to do a letter here, and we should get Ryan Airy, Paul from Heavy Spoilers, and you know what? Rob from Comics Explained. This was a targeted harassment, breaking terms of service campaign, and we should probably get them out of here. Now, that's kind of beside the point, though, because Secret Wars was IS. Maybe the worst thing they've ever made. So, I don't know. How about this? Let's start with this question. Do you guys even want Armor Wars? Yes or no? Put it into the chat. Do we want Armor Wars? What do you think? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Uh-oh. You know what this means? We got to go to the polls. It's too close to call. Maybe. There is no maybe. Do you want Armor Horse? Do you want it? Who cares? We want Doom. I mean, hey, I hear you there. Who cares? We want Doom. Armor Wars greater than Hawkeye hockey cap with no serum. Oh, okay. Punisher. They got to rework the story. Yeah. Don Cheadle is amazing. Really good actor for sure. Wow, dude, it's like right down the middle on this. Holy shit, dude. You guys are right down the middle. A little bit more on the no side. Slap that shit between Doom and Secret Wars. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess what I'll say is this. I want more Don Cheadle, but I do kind of have a sour taste in my mouth from Secret Invasion. And it feels like it might be too much of an ask. Like, the thought occurs to me just now, actually. Is it too much of a fucking ask? Because if you think about it, any piece of content that they make with Rhodey, they're going to have to explain what, because this isn't the dude. Since Civil War, he's been locked up. So he missed everything. He's gonna be walking around with a little goofy ass book like Captain America. Hey, what's up, Star Wars Sith? Yo, we just got done talking about how we wish all these channels would get demonetized and that we think that's completely justified. I'm subscribing to Star Wars Explained Patreon just to support. So welcome. Yo, Secret Invasion is worse than Acolyte. Oh, yeah, it is. You know what? One big reason why. Acolyte's pretty removed from shit. Secret Invasion is like some of the most important Marvel characters and plot points. Like, so you can't avoid it. You know? Like, that's what's tough about that. Is like, it's literally worse because more is at stake. Oh, man. They really fucked that up. I recently rewatched Infinity War and Endgame, and I hated seeing his character again. That's what I mean, dude. Oh, they screwed that shit up so bad. Oh, they screwed that shit up so bad. Give us a spoiler on something. What you want? What kind of spoiler you want? I thought y'all didn't want spoilers anymore. Rumor that Armor Wars will turn into West Coast Avengers movie. Yeah, I mean, that seems cool. But even then, it's like... So the beginning of the stream was a petition, not a lawsuit. No, it's not an active lawsuit. Although there could be lawsuits that come out of it. I don't think there will be, though. No, it's just a petition. But it's a petition to YouTube to literally take action based on terms of service. I don't know. I mean, look, I said my piece. I said my piece on it. And you don't have to agree with me. Anyway, you know, y'all can have your own thoughts on it. It's all good. I want more Gaia. Oh my God, bro. Gaia. I wish Gaia would fly into the sun. You know, like if I could change the ending, it would be Gaia and she like looks up at the sun and she's just like, fuck it. And then flies up into the sun. Hey, Parker Twibs, what's up, buddy? Welcome back to the Nerd Avengers, baby. Appreciate seeing you, man. Did you play any Space Marine 2 yet, brother? I think you were in chat last night watching me a bit, huh? Ruben says Secret Invasion should be pruned by Loki, not part of the sacred timeline. Yeah, so I think we're kind of getting why this would be a little difficult, right? So maybe if they have an ensemble thing, if they do West Coast Avengers, they could slip Rhodey into it and have him just be like a character that's really quiet, kind of trying to find himself. He hadn't actually been around and shit like that. So I guess they could do something like that. I don't know, bro. I don't think you need to do that in Armor Wars. Maybe you do that in the Avengers movies themselves, or you throw them in something else. Yeah. What happened to the real Rhodey? So I think after the accident, Rhodey, at some time when he was in the hospital, was switched out for a scroll. New Rockstar's new video about F4 seems spot on. I learned a lot. Ooh, okay. Maybe we'll watch that. How long is the video, bruh? 4Math says Rhodey is a scroll past Falcon the Winter Soldier till Secret Invasion, April 24th till November 2025. I thought it was Civil War, man. Thought it was Civil War. Pretty sure. If you send me like a link to where that is denoted, I would appreciate it. And also thank you for your first super chat. 15 minutes? Okay, cool. We can watch that shit. Let's do it. I got a couple more things to yap about before we start watching videos, though, okay? I know. You're like, dude, how much longer could he yap? I don't know. Guys, how long do you think I could yap? Let's be honest. Like, how long you think I could go? Kyber Sith, appreciate you, brother. 10 spot. Says, Josh, when you were playing Warhammer last night, you pointed out a lot of things and said many big words. Can we watch some lore, please? I want some more. I would love to. So, I have a dream scenario, if you will. Okay? A dream scenario of mine. All of a sudden, Amazon and Henry Cavill come out and they make an announcement. We have officially figured out the direction of the Warhammer Cinematic Universe. And we're going to start with this project with this date. And then, as soon as that happens, we do a 24-hour stream watching Warhammer lore videos. And we just watch and yap about Warhammer for 24 hours straight. It's a dream of mine. It's a dream of mine. Nevin says, with the 2-spot Space Marine 2 make me want to get into 40K. Oh, dude, you should. You should, brother. 40K is amazing. JP says, here for the yapping. Appreciate you, brother. 34 months. Damn. We never get long streams unless it's Warhammer. No, we've done longer streams. We've done long streams. I did a couple 7 hours with Theory back in the day. Y'all remember? Yippity yap yap. Do 2 12-hour streams? Yeah, I guess that's true because YouTube won't let you do past 12. You're gonna take a nap? You don't say that. I remember. Hell yeah. Yeah, we want like 3 to 4 hour streams. Look, I get it. I get it. The truth is, man, I haven't been doing good with making videos. I've been streaming so much. I got to find a balance. I think I will figure it out, though. And also, too, can you guys do me a favor? Next week, because this weekend's crazy. I'm going out of town this weekend. I've got a lot that I have to take care of later today. You know, getting the house ready, the yard ready. You know, my family's coming up. They're going to watch Liam. Elise and I are going to go spend the weekend at the wedding and chilling. If you guys can remind me, next week, I owe the Prime members a Prime stream. Oh, P.O. Box. Yeah, remind me of that, too. Remind me to do a Prime stream next week. I owe you a big Prime stream. I'm actually cooking an incredible amount of stuff on the business end. Multiple contracts. A lot of stuff. Possibly hiring somebody. So, remind me next week. I would really like to do a Prime stream. Just to keep you, the Prime members, updated on what we're doing. Yeah, I'm going to do a Unity video today. That's on my list, 100%. Because I want to update you guys. I'm waiting on some things, though. Hopefully, we get some stuff and we can actually do some cool updates next week. But things are kind of in flux. Dark Angel says, streaming is more engaging than videos, plus bonus, no editing. Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, I love it. If I could, I would just stream. But it's a little irresponsible. You know, we got this, like, big YouTube channel. We have the ability to get massive views if we make, like, good videos. And, you know, so, gotta do it. Gotta do it. Thoughts on Dr. Disrespect. Okay, should we talk Doc? And let's talk Doc. Then I want to talk Joker, too. Then I want to talk George R.R. Martin. Then we can watch videos. Does that sound okay? Does that sound okay? Okay, so, yeah, Armor Wars. I guess we'll see, man. I don't really know what to believe. I don't really know what to believe. I guess we'll see. I kind of feel like Armor Wars might go the way of the dodo. But we'll see. Okay, Dr. Diddler. Yeah, so let's talk about Doc, okay? So, Dr. Disrespect. It kind of pains me to talk about this because I was a massive Doc's fan. Like, guys, I had a Dr. Disrespect protein shaker. I think the last time I checked, I was subscribed to the Champions Club for like 4 years. I bought Doc's weird ass NFT game thing. I was playing Midnight Society's shit, right? Oh, okay, Dark Angel. I get you. I get you. Well, happy to have you here for sure. Okay, so yeah, basically story time. I was a big fan of Doc. Okay, obviously, you don't fucking message minors and shit, you know? Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? That's ridiculous. And also, like, it seems like Doc was just going wild back then. And it also seems like it was non-consensual with his wife. Like, basically, he was, like, cheating. So it seems like dude was, like, cheating a lot. wilding out, like doing cam shows with like, you know, you know, like this dude was just going wild. Okay, and of course, one of those things he did was messaging the minors, which apparently was the thing that got him kicked off. Okay, and yeah, that's super fucked up. It's like a hard line. You just can't do that. You don't do that. And obviously, this dude was just going wild. So, I think even if Doc was like really sorry and wanted to rehabilitate and all this other stuff, right? It would take. It's not just gonna happen, brother. You know what I mean? When the first thing happened, Doc came out and he broke character. He talked about being unfaithful. He was crying. He took some time off, and then he came back. And that felt sincere. It felt real, and I think a lot of his fans were like, "Okay, cool," right? So this situation's different because he like whole ass admitted this shit, but there's no remorse. There's zero, at least from what I've seen, zero remorse. Has anybody seen any fucking remorse, by the way? If I'm missing it, please let me know. So you've got zero remorse, Doc. Basically like, fuck you, fuck that, I'm not going anywhere. And that puts people like me in a bit of a tricky situation. Okay? And just yesterday, Doc made a video where he's on a speedboat going to an island. Interesting choice. Very interesting choice. And he apparently he's coming back. Apparently he's streaming today. Okay. And I see this going one of two ways. Okay. Number one, he either completely ignores it and just does the Doc thing. And in that case, I will be fascinated to see if that works. Like, just as an observer. You know what I mean? Like, just as a fucking observer of, like, the internet. I will be fascinated to know if that works. The other option would be that he's going to say something that will try to bring some fans back. Okay? I don't know what that could be. You know what I mean? I don't know what that could be. But perhaps there's more to the story. Perhaps there's stuff we don't know. And I'm sitting there asking myself, Chris D'Elia and his story. I'm actually not super familiar with the Chris situation. I know he got like canceled or whatever, but I didn't really look too far into it. Luckily, was not like that big of a fan of that guy, so I was like, whatever. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So what questions do you guys have? Like what questions do you have for me? Maybe I can just answer some of your questions about it, because for me, like, I'm just fascinated to see what he's going to say. How's he going to address it? Will it work? Who will still support him? What is even life? You know what I mean? Like, what is even life? Because I guess I'll just say, for me personally, I mean, I just don't know if I can fuck with Doc anymore. You know, like, I just don't know. I just don't know. This is just what we know about. That's true. Yeah, he wasn't charged. He wasn't charged. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Super bad, not good. But when there is repeat behavior, it's just who that person is. It's gross, similar to all the insane Mr. Beast stuff coming out. Yeah, problematic everywhere. I know, and like, dude, it sucks because, like, just a lot of the stuff happens and you're just like, damn, like, I mean, in a sense, it kind of reminds me of the Star Wars letter, where it's just like, where are your social cues? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, so you're gonna do that, and you just think it's gonna be fine. And then the other thing that's crazy about the Doc thing, and I'll move on after this, right? But this is the thing that kind of bugs me, right? He had to have known for years what it was, and he either thought this will never come out, and I'm just Gucci, or I have to get as much money as possible from my fans before it comes out. And that shit's weird. That shit does not sit well with me. Like, because again, I literally gave the dude my money. You know what I mean? And supported and like all that. So now I feel like my fandom was taken advantage of. You know? What's the basis of him coming back? Didn't he block you? Yeah, he did. But that was kind of like for memes. What's his explanation for coming back? He just literally said he's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to let people cancel him. I think that's literally the only motivation. Yeah. I know. The other thing is, it's like, dude, you gotta admit, Doc's incredibly entertaining. Like, he's maybe one of the most entertaining people on the internet. So it means he's willing to fight this in a public way. Yeah, I mean, I think he's kind of embracing some kind of villain role, but it's like, bro, what? Yeah. You don't see it? Oh, dude, no. Doc is incredibly entertaining. Yeah. He blocked you? Yeah, he blocked me on his YouTube channel. I was trolling a bit. He got all mad. Hey, Robin. Appreciate it, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's move on. Yeah, let's do it. Let's move on. Okay, let's talk about Joker 2. Did you guys see this stuff with Joker 2? Y'all see this? I'm gonna say I got a hot take when it comes to Joker 2. You guys want to see? You want to hear my hot take? Well, I am that 50-year-old audience, Justin. So you watch your mouth, youngin'. Alex is homeless. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Joker 2 is the Molly situation. Jesus. Okay, here's the hot take. You ready? Joker 2 is exactly the movie that I told you it was going to be years ago. Okay? Joker 2 is a movie that should not exist in any way, shape, or form. Joker 2 is a movie where they made an artsy-fartsy Joker movie. Okay, they made an artsy-fartsy Joker movie, and it worked. Not only did it work, it made $1 billion. And the truth is, everybody involved, other than the studio, didn't feel like they made enough money. Okay, so if you're Joaquin Phoenix, or if you're Todd Phillips, or like Lady Gaga, what the fuck's up with that? I have no idea. Like, who's like, why? How does she get in there? You're one of these people. Basically, you look at the state of Hollywood, you look at the state of the studios, and you say, I want to make a $200 million Joker movie and take $20 million for each of us, basically. Like, I think Joaquin got 20. I think Gaga got 15. I think Todd Phillips got 10. Pretty sure. So it's literally those people just taking advantage of the studio. And to be honest with you, more power to them, dude. I don't give a fuck about these studios, especially bitch-ass Warner Brothers. Hope they lose all the money. And then get a loan and then lose all the money. So, Joker 2 premiered at Venice, I think. Okay, and it came out pretty low on the Rotten Tomatoes score. Now, some people are trying to claim that this is a similar story to the first Joker. That's actually not true. The first Joker also premiered at a big European film festival, but its initial reception was much higher. It had like an 80% out the gate with that audience, with the critics that saw it at the film festival. It actually was pulled down lower after that and then ended up bumping back up again. Joker 2 is starting at like a 60, 70 And a lot of what people are saying is basically it pales in comparison to the first one. It's very whimsical. It doesn't feel like it actually has a drive or a plot. And it kind of just seems like it's filling space. So I think, to me, this is a movie that, like, bro, we called it years ago, and it's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, Todd Phillips, get your bag. Gaga, get your bag. Joaquin, get your bag. I do not care. But I'm also, this is a streaming movie. Like, I'm not, are y'all going to go see this movie? Like, throw a 1 into the chat if you're seeing Joker 2 opening weekend. Yeah, it's a money grab. 100%. There's some people going, okay. Yeah, we'll see how it performs. This will be fascinating, though, if it doesn't make all the money. Because it's literally like... Man. I think Todd Phillips, his agent, very smart. Very smart. Very intelligent. Okay. Should we talk about George? Let's talk about George, and then let's watch some videos, and then let's GTFO, huh? I'll be gooning. Oh, okay. George R.R. Martin. Did you guys see this? What camera do you use? Not a good one. I need a better camera. You gonna buy me one? Marco, I see you have a red camera symbol as your profile picture. Trying to get me a red, bro? Marco, talk to me here. I'm about to set up my P.O. box. You trying to send me a red? Marco? Dundee? Okay. That's HAL 9000. God damn it. Fine. Okay, let's talk about George R.R. Martin. Now, look, chat. We talked... Wait, why? What the hell? Is the stream just not working on Twitter? That's weird. Outrage farming is a big part of the problem with the fandom. What is your solution? People have been fed up with this for years, not just for Acolyte. Oh, well, was there a lot of outrage around Deadpool and Wolverine? Why was there... Like, these same channels, right? Like, the Geeks and Gamers, Ryan, what was the other one that they did? Did those channels cover the Marvels differently than they covered Deadpool and Wolverine? They're still grifting on outrage, though. It's a bit toxic. It is, but what are you trying to do? Do you want to work within the confines of reality, or do you want, like, a lollipop, a pat on the head? Like, what do you want here? Because I'll tell you how to fix the problem, but you can't change the world. There's a way to make and promote content in a way that doesn't make it constant ammunition for anti-woke grifters. What a concept. What a concept. No, they tried to bury Deadpool and Wolverine, but it made $1 billion. Oh, really? Because, I mean, look, again, I don't follow these channels, but a lot of the content I saw from people within that sphere really liked Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, like, dude, just make really good shit that's a crowd pleaser and avoid the really cringe, like, signaling, that's just going to be used as ammunition. Yeah. And also, too, even though it's Star Wars, so like it's just going to be probably terrible either way, I bet there will be a difference in the way Mandalorian and Grogu is covered and the Rey movie. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, let's talk about George R.R. Martin. So after that second season of House of the Dragon, we got together, as we usually do, and we chatted about the season. And we pretty much all agree it was a step down. Not a crazy step down, not like, oh, shit's over kind of a step down. But damn, yeah, a step down, for sure. I mean, it's literally 2 episodes less. One big action battle thing. A lot of bullcrap. A lot of weird Damon tripping out at the Harrenhal. Yeah. So in July, George R.R. Martin teased that he was going to make a blog post detailing all of the problems he had with the second season of House of the Dragon. And I remember I tweeted about it because I was like, I mean, I thought the second season was a step down, but damn, like, sheesh, you know? And then recently, and I want to say it was either over the weekend or earlier this week, George dropped that blog post. And it was kind of scathing. It was kind of scathing. And I think he was even more upset about this than he was about the end of Game of Thrones. And he was upset about Dan and Dave and the end of Game of Thrones. But he was literally more publicly upset over changes made to the second season of House of Dragon. But he also details in his blogs changes coming. Yeah. He spoiled a bit of season 3. There are aspects from the books that are being completely ignored for the 3rd and 4th season. Okay? And man, this is crazy because he made this blog post and then deleted it within the day. HBO made a statement about it. All of a sudden, shit's very tense over there. So, as a Game of Thrones fan, like, what do I think about this? Like, what's going on? I think George, after the original thing happened with the end of that show and Dan and Dave, I think that George was really focused on doing proper adaptations of adapting stuff that he'd actually finished and just basically avoiding the mistakes that were made under Dan and Dave. And I think with the original season, he felt really good about what was going on and how it was all proceeding. But then going into season 2, he obviously had some major problems. And I think what he's really trying to do is he's trying to get fans to understand this, and he wants fans to put pressure on HBO. And I think that makes a lot of sense. The thing that's weird is, like, I mean, if I were HBO, I actually do think this would be super concerning. And I was talking to Elisa about this, and I was like, man, I just wonder, like, would they, because they could potentially sue him. You know, it wouldn't necessarily be like defamation, maybe NDA, you know, spoilers, trade secrets, maybe even like he has a non-disparaging clause or something like that. No, I don't think it would be libel. But you could say that damages were occurred for sure. But yeah, that's the other thing Carlos brings up. It's like, but then the fans would get really upset about that. So this is actually a really tricky situation. And I think George used the power of his own profile, his own platform, and he basically said demonetize HBO. You know, he wants YouTube to demonetize HBO. And I guess we're going to have to keep an eye on this and see how it all goes. It's the production. Here's one of the positive things. The production, like, you're not supposed to get this show until 2026. Okay? It's going to be like 2 years before we get this show. So they do technically have time to adjust things and fix them. So maybe he's, you know, aiming at that, and that's like the whole reason that he did this. But this was a pretty wild story And I would love to know what you guys think about this. Like, what do you guys think, man? Is George involved in Knights of the Seven Kingdoms show? I believe he is, yeah. I can't tell if George's blog is helping the brand or if it's just inviting more criticism. Yep. He's using his leverage to change it. I think that's what's going on, yeah. I think he should finish his damn books. Yeah, I mean, he probably should do that, yeah. But maybe he's like, why should I even finish it? They're not going to follow what I write anyway. I think it's a whole lot of nothing. They can't complain about spoilers when the death of the main character was literally spoiled in Game of Thrones Season 3. Fair. Fair. Yeah, it is wild, huh? What's happening? Wait, what do you mean? Did you just stumble in? I wouldn't disparage a colleague publicly. I know, right? It just seems kind of uncouth. You know? Must have really been bothered by it. Must really be bothered by it. He doesn't want another Game of Thrones ending. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm just getting here. Oh, we're talking about George. He wrote a blog post about how Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon Season 2 is not good, and they fucked up, and they're taking away stories for the future and shit. So, yeah, it's not good. Damn, Space Marine 2 getting a lot of good reviews. That's cool. Season 2 was IS. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I didn't think it was terrible, though. Wieners, Floppy wieners. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see here. Joker 2, George R. R. Martin. Doc. Yeah, I think we're good. Y'all want to watch some videos? Should we watch that new Rockstar video? Oh, that's a cool shirt.
Needed. The takes on Marvel's first family that we're learning about from the cast, clues in the version of New York that was teased in official art by the studio.
Hang on, I have to adjust the thingy here.
That's already been composed by Michael Cicchino. All of these things have pointed to a dream project that Kevin Feige has been wanting to make for decades. But beyond Galactus, beyond the alternate history, beyond the 60s space race vibes, and beyond the possible Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom appearance, what is this movie? Like, I think we know the vibes of the movie, but does anyone know what the hell this movie actually is?
No.
Well, looking at all these clues, I think I figured it out. And a reminder that the best way to support what we're doing here at New Rockstars is to grab something from our merch store at nerdriot.shop, including one of these Fantastic Four themed designs, the Ben Grimm Cousin Beef shirt. Okay, after San Diego Comic-Con, Entertainment Weekly interviewed Matt Shackman and the cast, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby.
Josh, did you talk about Tom Holland at Universal Studios? Yeah, he had a meeting with Amy Pascal. That's pretty much all we know. No idea what that's about, but yep.
Joseph Quinn and Ebon Moss-Backrack, and they talked about having watched the documentary footage of the Apollo 11 crew, the crew that landed on the moon. Matt Shackman said this.
And so I really wanted to take all of that great stuff from Apollo 11 and just imagine that instead of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, it was the Storms and Ben Grimm and Reed Richards heading off into space.
And a little later in the interview, Matt Shackman was asked if we would see Reed, Sue, Johnny, or Ben before they received their powers in this film.
In what ways will we get to see, if at all, them pre-superpowers? Like, is that really where things start here?
I mean, one of the things we decided early on was not to do an origin story. One of the ways we're making our own thing is we're not telling the story of them going up and being changed and starting our story. You know, there's a lot of well-known narrative that leads into that moment, right? And then you're making up your new story starting basically at the end of the first act. And we thought, well, let's just start this thing off on a completely new foot. And so we are beginning after that.
And this makes sense. But then on Marvel's official podcast just a few weeks ago, Vanessa Kirby indicated that part of what she loved about playing her character was the moment the four of them are linked through the extreme events of being irradiated with cosmic rays.
For me, I love the fact that they were humans that went through something really extreme, to read all the comics and to see their journey, their relationship, because any research you do, it's always about how they're so inextricably linked and they just can never separate. And they go through a lot of hard times as well, which I really loved getting to know that. You know?
So that leaves us wondering, what is this movie? Are we...
Well, she's talking about the characters and research there, so she's not making a statement about the movie.
going to see the Fantastic Four's origin or not?
Not.
Yes and no, and yes and both. Marvel Studios...
No, it's just no.
has confirmed that Fantastic Four First Steps will be set in an alternate 1960s New York, inspired by Sid Mead's art and concepts. It's going to be like a Tomorrowland vibe. Now, why are Matt Shakman and Marvel Studios doing that? Well, I think to tell the Fantastic Four movie that they want to tell, they need a clean slate. They need a Marvel universe that's been untouched by any of the history of the Infinity Saga, something that looked more like the Marvel universe in the Silver Age of the early 60s. They needed a 60s Manhattan that truly could be taken over by the popularity and the charm and the power set of the Fantastic Four. And they didn't want to have to worry about having to plug in that Fantastic Four into the history of our world or the history of the MCU, whose future and fate after the 60s we already know. Basically, they need to be able to build a giant launch pad in the middle of the East River and to not have to logically justify it with where Manhattan would go after that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think that's totally true. The fact that this movie is in a separate universe has been leaked out for years at this point, and I think a lot of us have been thinking along these lines that this is something they wanted to do to separate it from the MCU.
That. I'm referring to the fact that at San Diego Comic-Con, attendees were given a fantastic fan that, when you flip it over, gives you a map of the Manhattan that we're going to see in this movie. And every time I look at this map, I find a new detail. So, of course, there is the Baxter Building, which curves down toward an Excelsior launch pad in the middle of the East River. Excelsior, of course, is a nod to Stan Lee's catchphrase and the New York State motto that means ever upward. In the early Fantastic Four comics, the name of the shuttle
and onward to further glory, I think is what it actually means.
Used was the Marvel 1. And you'll notice between the Baxter Building and the launch pad is a circular platform that looks like perhaps a generator or like an arc reactor ring. We also see highlighted the Theater District and Times Square, where it looks like Johnny and Sue's wedding photo on screen. Beneath that, a Future Foundation Globe logo. There are also various subway entrances marked and then arrows on the riverfront pointing to Subterranea, which is the domain of Mole Man, who is confirmed to be in this film, speculated to be played by Paul Walter Hauser. And Jessica's video breaking down the Thing's practical pre-VFX suit, she spotted a background that looked like a drained riverbed and speculated a pretty cool theory about the East River being drained, revealing access points to Mole Man Subterranea.
Ooh, yeah,
and
that could be cool.
Fun fact, the Hudson River, once it reaches Manhattan, is technically not a river, but a tidal estuary because it is deeper than the body of water it flows into, which is that part of the Atlantic Ocean. And maybe in this universe, it's deeper because Mole Man has been like digging it out and he's just blaming it on erosion. Also highlighted on this map is the Flatiron Building. Now, yes, it is a picturesque landmark of Manhattan architecture, but it's also got some interesting Marvel ties. It was the base of operations for damage control, and in the Raimi-verse, it is the location of the Daily Bugle. Even the animated Spectacular Spider-Man also set the Daily Bugle in the Flatiron Building.
Cool.
Beneath that is Yancey Street, the home neighborhood of Ben Grimm, and you can even see Ben's home synagogue right in the middle of it. And then over on Governor's Island, a Fantastic Four clean energy complex, and there are two cooling towers and steam, suggesting that Reed Richards might be using either nuclear power or some other less scary form of energy to power the city of Manhattan.
Oh, he's a dad now too? That's cool.
Manhattan. Now, I point out all of these details just to demonstrate to you that this is an alternate Marvel Manhattan that's already underway. It's already built up, already established. It's already a fantasy world. And let's think about that. This is not a world in which viewers are meant to think of it as our own world or the outer space of our own world like all other MCU films have been. This is going to feel truly escapist and sci-fi in the coolest possible way. And it's just going to be free in that way compared to the interconnected, well, weight that we're used to feeling with MCU films nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that that's cool. It also presents some potential problems. The connective tissue is one of the things that people like about Marvel. It's a little bit weird that this universe is isolated. We've seen other Reed Richards. There's a couple of things that are just like,
it's not going to be bound down by anything. They're going to drop us into the deep end of that world, a fully functioning Marvel universe, and it's going to be the Marvel universe that is truly Imagineered, the universe that they wish they could have built if they had started over from scratch.
I gotta be honest, I feel like we're 6 minutes into this video and we're just making the same point over and over again. I get it, Eric.
So in that regard, I don't think we're going to see only the Fantastic Four of this 1960s New York. There's going to be a Victor Von Doom. There's going to be a Mole Man. And yeah, I think there's going to be a Daily Bugle, the suggestion of a Spider-Man, a Hank Pym, perhaps a Charles Xavier, a Thor. We're going to begin this movie by already seeing the impact of the Fantastic Four on this 1960s New York. And then,
I mean, yes, we will. Yes.
Through flashbacks, probably documentary footage that's being kept by the Future Foundation. And through that, we'll see their initial test flight. But we also know from the concept trailer that was shown that there's going to be a shot that's kind of inspired by the movie The Right Stuff, or movies like Apollo 13, in which the four of these astronauts are marching toward the Excelsior launch pad. But in this shot, Ben Grimm is already big in the form of the Thing. So that's not their very first test flight. This is them going back out to space. And that's going to be a big part of this movie as they confront a new threat with a bit of confidence that they think they know what they're doing. Obviously, that threat is going to be Galactus, as well as his heralds, Shala Ball, Silver Surfer, and I believe some set photos even given sightings of Nova, Frankie Ray. There's a reason.
Okay, so he's thinking that there could be Frankie Ray and Shalabal, which could be true. Yeah.
You aren't just shouting personal information at every rando you pass on the street. Who knows what they would do with your email or your phone number? But when you are online, you leave a trail of data behind you that data brokers can package and sell. And Delete Me can help you take that data back. Delete Me is
it's not a origin movie.
A hands-free subscription service that helps you reduce the risks of identity theft and scams by removing your data from hundreds of data broker sites. It's super easy to use. It takes 5 minutes to submit your info to Delete Me. Their experts comb through the internet looking for places your data should not be, and then they remove it and send you a report on what they've done. Delete Me works all year long to remove things like your name, address, email address, phone number, and more from data broker sites. And they're constantly adding new features and updating their removal targets to help you get back control.
Bro, I am overthinking content. I am just overthinking content. We're literally 8 minutes into this video. We've made 1 point, yapped, and we're doing an ad. Dude, I am overthinking this shit.
Over your personal data. Get 20% off Delete Me US consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/rockstars and use promo code rockstars at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/rockstars and use code rockstars. Thank you, Delete Me, for sponsoring this portion of the video. So, to break this all down, Act 1, we're going to meet the Fantastic Four as the superheroes they already are, as they're in the process of dealing with threats like Mole Man and various other lower-level Marvel villains. And then we will flash back with Future Foundation documentary footage showing their test flight, as well as various TV appearances they make as celebrities. And it's just going to feel like, hey, this is what the swinging 60s used to feel like. We're going to get some WandaVision vibes. That's why I think they chose Matt Shakman for this. Act 2, the new cosmic threat will emerge. Galactus, his heralds, and the Fantastic Four will go out to space to think they can just confidently negotiate with him. Maybe Johnny will venture out into deep space to find leverage like the Ultimate Nullifier. Marvel Studios, through that Future Foundation website page, told us to read the Galactus trilogy for a reason. And then Act 3 is going to be a full-on battle for this Earth. And I think they're going to be outmatched. Like in that shot of Galactus peering in through the Baxter building, you definitely see Herbie in the corner there turning around freaking out. I think it's going to end with Reed having to build a survival raft, an abandoned ship, escape to another universe, and this will be where this universe's Victor Von Doom emerges. So yes, the first
wow, okay.
After this film is going to remind us of the film that I think is essentially the best Fantastic Four film, the one from 2005. Not that one, this one, Pixar's The Incredibles. Yeah, I didn't misspeak. Brad Bird totally was making a Fantastic Four movie when he made The Incredibles with Pixar. He just used a different name, he swapped around the power sets a little bit, and just made them red suited instead of blue. The Underminer, for Christ's sake, was a Mole Man reference.
True.
The Incredibles is also set in a stylized retro 60s reality, and it was scored by Michael Giacchino in one of the all-time best Pixar movie scores. And that really is the formula that Marvel Studios is using for this Fantastic Four First Steps movie. And I think it's why the studio has been so confident with sharing Giacchino's already completed theme music for this film, from which I think we can deduce much about the experience of this movie.
Oh,
Marvel
really?
Studios flexed its confidence for the Fantastic Four last weekend at the Hollywood Bowl, the Infinity Saga concert, where LA's Philharmonic played a medley of film scores from the past 16 years of Marvel Studios films. Alan Silvestri composed perhaps the most iconic scores that we're familiar with, the Avengers theme, the Captain America theme. Ludwig Göransson composed the award-winning music
just
for Black
rattling
Panther,
off
Black Panther Wakanda
composers
Forever.
now?
Michael Giacchino composed the music for 2016's Doctor Strange and the Marvel Studios title card music that was first unveiled on that movie and used for most of the MCU films and series thereafter.
Yeah,
Giacchino
man.
also, of course, directed Werewolf by Night and closed out the night with a post-credit surprise of his new score for Fantastic Four First Steps, which attendees at San Diego Comic-Con and D23 heard pieces of for that film's concept trailer that screened at those events. Friend of the channel, Brandon Davis, attended the show and got footage of the symphony
Damn,
playing
why'd they
theme.
pick that footage of Brandon? Look
Comic-Con
at this,
and
dude.
D23 heard pieces of for that film's concept trailer that screened at those events. Friend of the channel, Brandon
They picked like this fucking footage of Brandon Davis. I think they like him.
Davis attended the show and got footage of the symphony playing the theme.
Okay, yeah, true. No, I like Brandon Davis. Look, I like all these guys, but there is a part of me that watching this video where I'm just like, bro, this content machine game, bro. Like, I'm just overthinking it. Like, this is just rapid fire information. It's just kind of edited in a way that keeps you engaged, but they're not really saying anything.
Yeah, underneath Brandon going, let's go there. Giacchino leads with trumpets and brass to just introduce his main theme. And this is something John Williams loved to do. Specifically, using the trumpets this way stirs our hearts the same kind of way we feel when we hear the opening blast of the Star Wars theme or the opening part of the march of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I think this confident leitmotif is going to be the theme of Reed Richards in the music. Then the score
Absolutely.
moves into a second movement, a mysterious section that kind of
Brother, we cannot be... Okay.
sounds like we're floating in space, and it's led by these kind of playful ha pa 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 vocals and then these bell chimes. And I think this is going to be the movement of the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm.
Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. Anything else? I mean, do we want to watch something else? Should we watch a different video? Why is everything so fucking weird right now? Josh, you caring about the craft makes your content top tier, but don't let the game bring you down. No, I mean, look, it's just... Look, this is actually true of a lot of things in life. Okay, I'm going to say this. And some people are not going to like that I say. Some people think I'm being a dick about it, but it's absolutely the case. Most stuff that's really, really popular that is like able to reach the most amount of people is like very basic, very what's the word I'm looking for here? Mass appeal stuff is usually pretty bland and you know, they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to do anything that would, you know, make you check out or whatever. It's almost like a walking meditation. It's just true of life. I mean, you think about some of the most popular movies. You think about some of the most popular pieces of art, some of the most popular songs. They're not necessarily the most sophisticated. They're not what like even TV, right? We talk about Star Wars shows, Marvel shows, and all that, right? But the biggest shows in the entire country are the ones that just hit Middle America every day. So, CSI, whatever, some kind of crazy reality show. Those are, I mean, a lot of people just want to put something on in a room and not really think too hard about it, you know? God, I wish I could just do that. I wish I had a system to just crank out mass appeal, like, don't think about it too much, like, you know, kind of content. I just don't have it in me. So yeah. Josh, listen to me. Let's watch the new Arcane trailer, man. I mean, I watched the Arcane thing. It looks lit. I'm super excited for that season, dude. It's gonna be really fun. Food Network. Doc's going live at 2. Oh, geez. Josh is such a baby. I mean, in some ways I am. You know, if I don't, like, have an ice-cold Pellegrino, you know, immediately after my streams and my workouts, if my breakfast isn't prepared exactly the way I want it, served to me exactly when I'm hungry, between cup of coffee number 1 and cup of coffee number 2. I mean, yeah, no, I can be a baby. I don't think I'm being a baby about this, though. I think that's just facts. Like, usually mundane stuff is more popular. The more complex something gets, by nature, it just, it shrinks down your audience, you know? So, I don't know. How much Berserk have you read? I actually have not read enough. I'm just out of the, like, I basically just got to the eclipse. Yeah. This is how more videos look. Small part of the video, insert ad, finish the video. That's the new format. Yeah, 100%. And look, I get it. And look, I'm being a bit facetious. Josh is so mad. I'm not mad, man. I'm actually chilling. No, there's actually a lesson in there. Like, I do need to stop overthinking it and trying to, like, make everything like a really, you know, brilliant take, or like, so a lot of the time I'll try to think of content and I'm like, if I'm not really interested in it, I kind of don't want to make the video. And I'm not interested in, you know, the surface level stuff, right? But at the same time, like, have you ever heard of the expression, keep it simple, stupid? So who's really stupid? The person that knows that this is what works but doesn't do it, or the person that does it, right? So I actually think I should absolutely be learning from this and kind of, you know, getting over my personal hangups with it and just doing it, because it's clearly, you know, it clearly works. So Josh Vibe says, you're the GOAT, Josh. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah. Theme for Fantastic Four gets me more excited each time I listen to it. Yeah, it's a good theme. I definitely think doing some work for show. Stop trying to make good stuff, dude. I know. I should let it go. We need a member stream. Den of Newlywed Game with Josh and Elise. Wait, what? Oh, what the hell? I have not been able to read Ultimates 4 yet. I'm a little bit behind on my comics. But, yeah, I want to check it out. Yo, you guys want to watch this video? It's 24 minutes, so it's a little bit long. Let me just check something here real quick. Let me see here. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. There's a video about Doom's plan by Ryan Airy. Ryan makes some really good vids. Should we watch it? About Dr. Doom? The Cosmic Circus. Oh, another Discord Q&A? Oh, shit. Should we watch? Oh, we could go over this. Oh, my God. I love these Discord Q&As, man. And they're usually pretty spicy. They're usually pretty spicy. Okay, so let me see here. I think it's... Is it this? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's read this shit, man. I think this is actually going to be cool. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what's in here. But it could be chill. Okay. Agatha all along. God damn it. Can we just skip past those questions? Cool. Armor Wars. Hey, Alex. Hope you're having a good day. Anything on Armor Wars? Nothing yet. It's in a very weird limbo, like Blade. But recent updates with Vision Quest give me hope because they're both connected. Gets a question about Armor Wars here. There is a possibility, primarily because it ties to Ironheart, which comes out in summer, fall 25. And Vision, last I heard, comes out before Doomsday. But ask yourself this. What would be a better setting for the Armor Wars story? Grounded setting on Earth or established on Battle World? So that's kind of interesting. Chat, what do you guys think about that? Should Armor Wars be a Battle World movie? Or I guess a better question would be, would you be into a Battle World Armor Wars movie? By the way, I turned off the gambling. It's over. It's over. Twitch. What Twitch? Wait, what? We aren't invisible. No, you're not invisible. Should be more grounded. Really depends on what it is. The Battle World setting could be a way to get around some of the problems we had with it, right? Where we were talking about like Rhodey and the scroll thing and Secret Invasion and all that. They could do Battle World and then just skip all that shit. That could be interesting. Will RDJ Doom be recast after Secret Wars? He says, I think so, yes, because the Earth RDJ comes from isn't 616, so there's a high chance he'll be recast. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Let's see here. Any movement on Doomsday and Secret Wars? The story they have in mind has already been outlined. They're just polishing the final details that connect the outline. Ooh, so that's good to know. So they already have the, they got the dealio figured out. How big of a role can we expect from Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards, and they're talking about in Doomsday and Secret Wars? For these films, I'd say about as big as Rocket Raccoon in Infinity War and Endgame. The reason why is that he's definitely going to be one of the main faces in these films, but not something core like with the main Avengers or in his own movies. Any chance Avengers films get delayed? I'm sorry to say they can't and won't. Yeah, I believe that. The logistics for these films, trying to get every cast together, it's essentially now or never at this point. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's why they're just doing it. Let's see here. The projects I'm hearing that have this protocol. Wait, but they're doing everything they can to make sure that these next films and shows have a level of interconnectivity that will bring the characters up to speed for the next two Avengers movies. The projects I'm hearing that will have this protocol are Captain America. That's probably like the stuff with adding regular Hulk, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Ironheart, Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, and Vision. Interesting. Any other characters I haven't mentioned is because blah, blah, blah. Okay. Will the Avengers assemble before Doom War? Doom War? You mean Doomsday? And to my understanding, they're going to start to prepare something that's coming, but they aren't aware exactly what the threat is yet. Ooh, I like that. I was in Jay's stream. He pronounces my name Rosie. Yeah, bro, that's what it should be. Okay, so here's a question. Any character interactions that we haven't seen yet that you're looking forward to in Doomsday and Secret Wars? Benedict Cumberbatch with RDJ as Doctor Doom will shatter universes. Interesting. This will feature some of the most important sequences in the multiverse saga. Benedict Cumberbatch as Dr. Stephen Strange with Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom will shatter universes. Is that a hint? Is that a low-key hint that they're going to work together to destroy the multiverse? Oh my god. Hugh Jackman Wolverine and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk need to have an extended one-on-one. Hell yeah, I agree with that. Deadpool and Thor. True. Council of Reeds was an idea I heard being tossed around. Lots of self-congratulatory Reed Richards praise, plus the opportunity to get Jon Gruffudd again. Yeah, that dude was pretty good. That'd be fun. Council of Reeds. Tobey Maguire, Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Probably going to be every Marvel fan's fantasy going into Secret Wars, and I know they're doing everything in their power to make this interaction and more legacy character interactions a reality, but it has to be something meaningful, like it was when we saw the Resistance in Deadpool and Wolverine, not something throwaway sequence that's meant to be a one and done. Yeah, that's true. They're probably doing that kind of work right now. Like, they're like, okay, we want this, but it has to be meaningful. How could we make it impactful? How could we make the audience really care about it? And that's just a part of the process. That's what they're doing right now. I think Doomsday will have smaller groupings. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. I have heard things about the day Shang-Chi 2 could come out before Secret Wars. Interesting. The most you'll get is with the Bengals with Kamala. So they might abandon the 10-ring setup? Wow. Council of Kangs. Yeah. He's again kind of hinting that Kang probably gone. Is there a chance that we see the original F4 in Secret Wars? I don't think we'll see the original cast entirely. They really want Eon. Interesting. Okay. It's the backbone, but think of it like Infinity War and how they'll adapt that story. It's a version of it with many versions. Let's see here. Any storylines to check out? Time runs out. Secret Wars, Doomsday, Avengers Forever. We've known about all of those. Are we still going to get a multiversal Masters of Evil for Avengers Doomsday? Oh, shit. I have no comment. When I mentioned them, it was because they were the main villains of a comic that I was told was a part of the backbone they were incorporating for the movies. But I have no idea if they will be the main villains of Doomsday. But it would be a good idea if they were, because they'd just be replacing the villains. They were going to have Kang Dynasty, Immortus, Ramatut, and Centurion. Yeah, that is true. So you could do Ultron, King Thanos, Red Skull, you know, or something like that. Will Avengers Doomsday end with the creation of Battleworld? That's certainly possible. The final incursion, maybe? Or maybe we already know what Battleworld is. If all of time and space is destroyed, the only place to exist outside of time be the location of Battleworld. He's probably talking about, like, the void. V1 per 007. Thanks for subscribing over on Twitch. Appreciate you. With Doom coming in so suddenly, how do you think they'll manage building him up enough to where it's satisfying? I want to start by saying I'm so glad you asked this. I was initially concerned about how they would take a character that is barely an established presence in Fantastic Four movie to become the best villain of the arc in less than a year. But if they go for what they want for Doom in this movie, they're going to have a fantastic explanation that not only sets him up perfectly for when we see him in Doomsday, but also places him in a position where he can easily become one of the most justifiable antagonists in Marvel. Maybe even more so than Thanos. If you really want to know why in Latveria the flowers die in summer, then you already know where to look. What? What the hell? The hell does that mean? It was a month before Secret Wars came out. New Avengers 33. Chat, somebody go read New Avengers 33 and let me know what happens. Hang on. Oh, this is where Doctor Doom goes, or Doctor Strange goes to Doom? New Avengers 33. We might have to read that whole issue on stream after this. The fuck? Interesting. Okay. Hi, Alex. Hope you're doing well. Tobey Maguire and Nick Cage return. It's in the discussions, but yes, the idea is to have them appear at very least in Secret Wars. Cool. Do you think from old Marvel characters? Thor, Hulk? Too early to tell. Is there a chance that Blade could come out after Secret Wars? There is. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting now. Do you think Mahershala Ali Blade? Okay, supernatural side explored heavily post Secret Wars. There was no universe with heroes and Marvels. What kind of darkness in our modern world? Interesting. Okay, so just more speculation on Blade. Nobody really knows. Born Again Marvel Knights. We're going to see Daredevil. Definitely. Marvel intends to use Daredevil as a gateway for new stories, street heroes. I've also heard ideas down the road. Daredevil to encounter other heroes. Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight. Florence Pugh's Black Widow. Okay. But I understand Punisher's role will be explored more in the second season. Boo! How would you describe Matt's mental state? Bullseye's gonna make him real mad. Uh-oh, he might kill Foggy. No! Why they gotta kill Foggy, man? That's bullshit. Ooh, Doc Strange and Clea. Okay, perk up, chat. We gotta learn about this. Wait, hang on. Purple Funk says, Josh, I'm behind on live, but I wanted to comment on Doc. You often talk about tacit approval. And in my opinion, I feel like this is your chance to not engage. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that is fair. Braxton says, Josh, the correlation between Tom Holland Spider-Man and villains all wearing green. Doctor Doom green? Thoughts? Overthinking it? Yeah, probably overthinking it a bit. But there's a lot of green over there. That's true. That's actually true. Stando Mom with a 20 spot. Appreciate you, brother. It says, sidebar. I know this has nothing to do with the conversation, but we're actually having... But what's up with doing a watch party for the sequel trilogy? We can do it next week, maybe? I'd still be down, man. I just wanted to put a little space between myself and Star Wars, you know? Yeah. Okay, I really want to read this part. Any news about the Doctor? I'm hearing very exciting things regarding Doctor Strange's story leading into Secret Wars. That probably ties into that Avengers 33 thing that he mentioned before. I wrote an article a while back about how Doctor Strange vs. Kang in the Multiverse Saga, where I talked about Stephen Strange's role and how essentially he's been portrayed in most of his alternate iterations as the biggest threat to the multiverse. Given how Strange has been the one who's been ultimately causing incursions through various universes. That storyline is still being explored here, but now, instead of having Kang, you have RDJ's Doctor Doom opposite Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. Just thinking about the weight of this moment, Dr. Stephen Strange, a character who we have seen be a force for good time and time again, being forced to face the reality that he is being dubbed by the greatest threat in the multiverse, with evidence to prove it, because nearly every other version of himself has allowed their ego to make bad decisions costing their reality. Opposite him, you have Dr. Motherfucking Doom, one of Marvel's most iconic villains, an ambitious, egotistical antagonist who is trying to find secrets of the multiverse and the reason behind its decay to prevent the death of the multiverse from happening. So that's pretty obvious. Hey, by the way, chat, I've got a 20-minute video coming out today that I think you guys are going to love. It is about the 5 most important questions about RDJ Doctor Doom, Secret Wars, and Battle World, all that shit. So I actually have a video. It's kind of funny that we're reading some of this stuff because in the video, I speculate about a lot of wild shit. And I basically answer what I think are the most important questions that we fans have with regards to this whole situation. So it's a big old video. Should be coming out later today. Plus, we have the potential of RDJ and Benedict sharing a scene together since the last time they were together. Strange told Tony Stark the only way to save the universe was to sacrifice himself. How do you think Strange would react to seeing the face of his former friend again, even though it's not even a variant of Tony Stark? Just seeing his face, would he feel guilt? Would there be remorse? Could Strange be easily manipulated by Doom into doing his bidding? After all, they're both instrumental in Time Runs Out in Secret Wars. That's true. J. Lou, appreciate you, brother. Says 1 year, baby. Also, I don't know if we've talked about this, but do you think Agatha could be Doom's mom in another universe? God, I hope not. God, I hope not. But appreciate you. When is Doc Strange dying, being fully replaced by Wong? He still hasn't become Sorcerer Supreme in his universe, so I don't think he will die until that happens. Wow, check this out. I've heard through the grapevine that Doctor Strange 3 may be one of the upcoming films that will release before Secret Wars, possibly even before Doomsday, but most likely Secret Wars. All the ideas they want to incorporate for his story can't really be condensed into a 20-minute story plot like they did with Thor in Infinity War. They have many points to cover, including Strange's discovering the role he plays in the multiverse saga, how he reacts to it, how he and Clea develop a companionship, bow chicka bow wow, and ultimately how he overcomes what he is destined to be in order to become what he has always meant to be, the best of us, and the one who breaks away from the predestined path set for him and become the hero that ultimately saves the multiverse. Interesting. As for anchor beings go, I believe Spider-Man is Tom Holland. I agree. Okay, interesting. Guardians of the Galaxy, nothing really there. Yeah, Hawkeye's in development, but nothing really there. Savage Hulk return at any point before Doomsday? No. What? What do you mean? What? That sucks. I'm certain Marvel Studios is eager to work on the Hulk, so have faith. Boo! Boo! Okay. But that's pretty cool. I would say the biggest thing in there, and the thing that I'll probably have to make a video about, is Doc Strange 3 and that issue of New Avengers. Let's do a thing real quick. You guys want to do a thing? Let's see here. My library. New Avengers 33. Here it is. Y'all want to read this shit? See if we can figure out anything that's going on in here? Oh, it's all about Molecule Man and like the reveal that Doom says to Strange. This is cool, bro. All right, y'all ready for this? Captain's got to teach stuff. All right. Previously in New Avengers, there was an incursion on my world. The Black Priest descended from their Earth to ours. No one was spared. No one escaped except me. I escaped into the Library of Worlds. This is the Black Swan speaking. A gift from the Ivory Kings that exist outside the observable multiverse. The Ivory Kings are the Beyonders. At the time, I don't know if we knew that, though. It exists outside of the observable multiverse. Waiting for me were the Black Swans. They said my world was an offering to the Great Destroyer, Rabum Allah. Rabum Allah is coming for everything. And when you understand what he is, who he is, you'll know that I was right then. You will die. No seeing swan can withstand the blinding light of the Great Destroyer. Years ago, I let the flock and dug out my eyes with my own hands so that I might serve at his feet. I hope he burns the skin from your trespassing bones. Doom your Rabum Allah? I am. I've built a religion. We're ready for war. You remember the Molecule Man? He is an oracle for the times. They're out there, the Ivory Kings, the Beyonders. How can we defeat them? For it takes a god to kill a god. You wanted to see where it all started? Well, here it is. I lived here once. Some small bit of me called it home. You'll need to get busy. Do you know what this is, Victor? I do. Everyone has limits. Everyone but Doom. Oh, shit. And that's just the first page. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Do you want to hear a story? Here is a story. You wanted to see where it all started. Well, here it is, Victor. Or do you need to see it more clearly? I've built your door, Master Reese. Can you show us the way now that I've opened it? Yes. The way is down, Victor. Okay, hang on. We got to go back to that. Look at this. Okay, so this is some kind of a device here. I think this ends up being the place where he makes his final stand against the Beyonders. Now, what does this mean? The way is down. Is he like going down through realities or something? I'm not really sure, but let's just keep going here. The way, all the way down. Okay, yeah, so this device here. Back to the very start of it. To the broken mirror, where the end of everything began. And here we are. Yes, this place is where you became the Molecule Man. A long and twisted tale it is, Mr. Reese, but Doom knows your story. So is this then something to do with the original Secret Wars? Yo, we got any like real sweats in here? Yo, somebody get sweaty. Help me out here. What is this? You know? What exactly do you know? Some secondhand account that became an origin in the telling? An accepted narrative magically encapsulating all that I was and what you think I became? You don't know anything at all, Victor Von Doom. But you should know this. I am returned here whole again. All of us. Displacement, temporal or not, should not result in this. The psychotic wildness, the hysterical chatter. What happened to your madness, Mr. Reese? Nothing yet. Watch. Okay, so then we've got this device here. So this is like the device. You're a man of both science and magic, Victor. The natural and the unnatural. Bro. This shit hitting. Quite the dichotomy, and the one person perfectly capable of fully comprehending what I'm going to tell you. I am not a man, not the way that most people understand being human. Here we are now. Not only have we fallen back in time to my so-called origin, but we are in another universe altogether. Natural and unnatural. A machine of great science and the magic on which it runs. That man there, he is not me, and yet he is me. He doesn't understand it yet. Of course not. Explaining it isn't enough. No, we have to show him. Are you ready? Do you remember before this moment when we were younger? 7, I think. It was a spring, and we were chasing a friend through the woods. There was a beautiful white flower growing beside a large oak tree. It caught our attention. We stopped running so we could lean down and smell it. I am not that smell or the birds chirping or any other sounds of the forest. I am the light perfectly hitting the flower. Bits of dust heated by the sun swimming in the air above it. It was a cherished memory. Everything is lost. What are you doing? Sending a message. And then he creates a knife. And then he stabs himself. Now, that memory is gone forever. And now, Victor, your origin, much like mine, is a fiction that will become accepted as real. But this is the only time we're going to do this together. From now on, it's going to be up to you. If you don't, they'll never call you the Great Destroyer, will they, Victor? They? Everyone. The fallen, the victims of dying worlds, your faithful, and more than anyone else, your enemies. Come, I'll show you. This is the Library of Worlds, a conduit between universes built by the Beyonders when they still believed life to be a valuable experiment. For some reason, dude, I think this is really important. I kind of feel like we've stumbled upon something here. I feel like we might be cooking. Or is this bad? Should we stop? The library exists in a version of the same unobservable space the Beyonders watch the multiverse from. As such, from here, you too will be unobservable, both to the worlds and to them. If there is one thing I have learned from the conquest of cowards, it's that one cannot hide forever. Oh, you won't be hiding. And you're right, eventually you will be found. But that will be by an old friend. Our concern, your sole concern, is the Ivory Kings themselves. You must stop the Beyonders. From doing what exactly? Conducting their grandest of grand experiments, the simultaneous death of everything within the multiverse. You remember your first encounter with the child Beyonder? It destroyed a universe in order to construct a play world out of the ashes. Oh, damn. So in the first battle world was created out of the ashes of a dead universe? I actually don't remember that. I gotta write that down. Kind of reminds me of when the Phoenix just destroys a whole galaxy because she was hungry. These are its betters with far more ambitious goals. And do you know what I am? I am their bomb. All beings exist in various states across the multiverse. In one reality, perhaps you were a poet. In another, a beggar. In another, Iron Man, or a good man. You are somewhat unique in that there are less of you than there should be. The result of the great culling of dooms. Bro, that's the Council of Reeds. Bro, Council of Reeds. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. Still, what few of you remain are all, to some degree, different. I am not. I was constructed as a singular being across all of space and time. An old experiment of shared minds. A single consciousness shared throughout all of my infinite selves. The moment you saw earlier, my origin was a bit of a celestial magic. The charging of the bomb, and it happened simultaneously across every reality. Wow. So he's messing with celestial tech, and then across all realities and time, he became the Molecule Man, charging the bomb. They lit my fuse, and now I, all of me, am terminal. And when I die, I'll take my universe with me. And they want to see what happens when we all go off at once. But that isn't what occurred. You died and nothing happened. Sure it did. But that me, one of an infinite number of me's, died early. First, in fact. If we're going to thwart their plan, you're going to have to kill a whole lot more of me, and soon. I'm not even sure I find any of this believable. You will. When you reach a high enough threshold, you'll start seeing some real results from your work. The blue and red shift of incursions. How long do you have until you reach your terminal state? 25 years. 25? Success seems unlikely against an infinite number of worlds, even if I'll become unreliable, fractured long before that. You're going to have to do the heavy lifting yourself. It's impossible for one man, even Doom, to do such a thing. I know. You need to start a religion. Mr. Reese, your ambition unnerves me. Ambition is the only thing that we have left, Victor. If you fail, everything dies. If you succeed, perhaps everything won't. Either way, it all comes down to you. So you must protect your anonymity. No one must guess who the Great Destroyer really is. So maybe they will introduce Doom as the Great Destroyer in a bunch of these movies first. Wow. And how is it that he knows what to do? Become a myth, become a legend, become a murderer, a serial killer who only kills one person. I see very little glory in this and no room for grace. You'll find it. Finding me, however, will have complications. Some will be easy, but on many Earths, life is very different than the world. History will be unknown. But being powerful enough to cause the early death of the multiverse has its advantages. If you cannot find me on a world, find the idea I have made manifest. The manifold will satisfy your need. So I am to be the knife. Yes, put it where it needs to go. Interesting. The sky was so blue, there was a fluffy cloud in the heavens that looked like, bam! No one cares. I hate clouds, clouds, clouds. Clouds are millions and millions of particles of vapor. In 5 years, you've only killed 1,000 of me. Doom, doom, doom. When are we going to get to billions? When are you going to start smashing together? Together. That's crazy. Together. And then on Earth, what is this? 129061. The first incursion occurred after 7 years of murdering Molecule Men. That's kind of important. In year 8, I found myself my first disciple, a swan. I saw you. I saw what you did. Why'd you hurt that man? Because that man was unwillingly going to hurt us all. And because I have gotten very good at punishing him for it. Why are you out here all alone, child? Where's your family? Family all died in the Sentinel camp. I jumped away as far as I could. So you're special. I am. And do you want me to teach you how to stop anyone from hurting you ever again? Yes. Even if it has a cost. Yes. 1 quickly became 3. As faith in things make it a force multiplier. And acting on what you believe has a way of solidifying dogma. It changes the way you think. It changes the way you speak. In the doings, it becomes more real. And nothing is more attractive than sincerity. So my swans grew. The more I demanded, the further they went. And the greatest their actions, the more attention we attracted. Interesting. Yo, this is like very Hickman, very wordy, but it's good. 10 years in, the Beyonders realized something was very wrong and attempted to deduce why their great experiment was failing. In the same way that they introduced a self-destruct mechanism into the fabric of the multiverse, they spliced a problem-solving virus into real space. And as a result, any self-aware artificial intelligence capable of trans-universal travel would be automatically infected. Its very programming, its entire makeup, conscripted into the Beyonders' celestial inquiry. The map makers and their Sidereal Maris charted the worlds where the Molecule Man had died, making the movements of my swans seeming sacrifice worlds and preserving future incursion worlds. Now, and so that is the game I have been playing. Hunter, hunted, around and around until now. Victor, that's unthinkable. Again, this is the meeting of Stephen Strange and Victor. It's gonna be really, like, I can kind of see that, like, Alex just wanted to talk about these two guys coming together. And I'm going to do a whole video on this because this is lit. But let's just keep reading. So the Black Priests were also some sort of plant or pawn in this game, or whatever you might refer to it as. No, interestingly, your priest emerged around the same time as the map makers. It's difficult to fathom these things, but over the years, I've come to believe they were some type of defense reaction by the multiverse. Lots of fuss for a dead end. But then again, look at the futility of man. Some people spending their whole lives chasing butterflies. And they didn't even taste good. Sorry, they had to go. Wait. Before I left Earth with Reed and the others, we had a black swan with us, which would make her one of yours. But her story was not your story. All apostates begin as believers, Stephen, and all schisms come from misunderstandings. It's an idea that you well know. You have always had your sanctum sanctorum and the temple in the Temple of Doom. I had my most holy of holes. There are some secrets that can be trusted to no one. With knowledge comes wisdom. And as I began to understand fully what was being asked of me, I demanded greater faith. There are things they were not permitted to see. The face of Rabbam Allah, the glory of his coming resurrection. But some dared to question, some dared to know. And in knowing, turned from my temple and sought a different path. Unknown to them, the same path as the Beyonders. The early death of everything. Yeah, holy holes. What happened, Victor? What did you do that made them turn from you? There was nothing done. It was something seen. Come and look, Stephen. What is... Oh. Study an enemy long enough, and you will learn how to defeat it. Do you see? Do you understand? By the 7 hells of the Forgotten Lands. Hello, hello, hello. It's genius. It's insane. It's perfect. What have you done, Victor? What was necessary? I went where the road led me. Hey, it's got my seal of approval. Thumbs up, up, up. You see, after quite some time, I began to question the omnipotence of my adversary. If I was able to travel back in time with mysteries to construct a plan to defeat them, even if it appeared that the plan would be successful, couldn't they simply do the same thing? Travel back in time and overpower me at the genesis of our contrary machinations? Putting aside general theories of at immorality and oversimplification of paradox, I realized one thing. They could not. It's their one weakness. They are linear. Interesting. The all-powerful Beyonders are constructed, restricted to their own sequential timeline, which meant that if I could truly find a way to oppose them, I would have a chance. And now I believe I have found a way. I have to ask Victor, what's the point? How in any way is what you're doing any better than them if the end result is the same? Ask yourself, Doctor. Would it be worth it if we could avoid our certain doom? If we could save something? And Steven reluctantly says yes. And here he is at the end of time. We are beyond. Dreamers, destroyers, all of reality, our whim. Who dares stand before us? And then Doom hits him with a, bitch, it's me! Doom! And what is this? Doom. Some paltry man playing something more than what he is? Fools. I am Doom the Destroyer. I have broken worlds to taunt you. I have shattered universes to mock you. I have taken what is yours and made it mine. Face me at your own peril if you dare face me at all. Doom. For the short life left of everything, men and women will weep at the stories of what was done to you here this day. And I say, no one will ever hear the word Beyonder again. For I will erase your name from history. God damn! You dared to test us. You dared to toy with us. I dared to throw it back in your face. Damn your cause. Damn the cost. You will certainly die. This, no. No. No! And he's like all mad about it. And then everything just goes. And then back in Wakanda in Necropolis. My God, did you see it? It has to be a mistake. It can't be. Diagnostics say the bridge is fully functional and it's not a ghost or flawed reading. The data is solid. What we're seeing is correct. Just like that, without any explanation, the number of universes went from hundreds of thousands down to less than 24. We're out of time. It's over. All is lost. So when he does this, it inadvertently does cause most of the multiverse to be destroyed. Dang, dude. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty wild, man. So maybe they're cooking something like that up, huh? Okay, guys, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here mostly because Dr. Disrespect's going to stream, and I got to say what this motherfucker's going to... I got to see what this motherfucker's going to say. I got to see it. That's pretty cool, though. Any comments, questions, concerns before we get out of here? Did I play Wukong? No. Looks good, though. Yeah. Warhammer Night stream? I thought about that, actually. I don't know. I've got some stuff to do before we go out of town. Wait, he's not streaming until tomorrow? What? It says in 30 minutes, 9 minutes ago. Hey, Aaliyah, thanks for gifting 5 subs. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Much love. P.O. Box? Yeah, dude, definitely. P.O. Box. So easy to do that. I'll have that done. No problem. Thank you, Aaliyah. You didn't answer my membership message? Oh, sorry. Let me go back and check it out real quick. Here we go. Let's watch Madam Web next Thursday. Madam Web. Yo, look, the one homie here did drop a 20 spot yesterday and today, or was it 2 days ago? So I think we're gonna have to do the sequels, man. Stando Mount. Stando Mount. Without the Flash or Blue Beetle, maybe someday. Appreciate you, Rossi. Appreciate you. Okay, guys. Thank you for being here. I know it was a little bit of a different stream because I had to complain and bitch and moan and all that. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Big video dropping later. Goes over the biggest questions about Secret Wars, RDJ, Doctor Doom. It's going to be lit. Make sure you check that out. And I'm out of town this weekend, so nothing crazy. We'll be back at it on Monday. P.O. Box. Yes, P.O. I got you. P.O. Box. Totally. Hell yeah. Why is everything so fucking weird right now? I know. Okay, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Tim O'Brien, thanks, brothers. Josh, hope you and Elise have fun at the wedding. Nerd Vengeance for life. Doom Vengeance for life. Unity. Much love. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you. Hope you guys had a good time. It's gonna be weird to like go touch grass and not be in here in the office with you guys. So I'm gonna miss you. I hope you miss me too. And I'll see you guys on Monday, okay? Open up your third eye, guys. And wash out your stinky butthole. Just do it, man. It's just so stinky. Wash it out. Delta Dan, thank you. Gifted a moment. And you did it to Pesky Paul. Pesky Paul, I call him. These are more dim. Got the Bene Gesserit, nasty women, those Bene Gesserit.
I'm a free man.